What's up, gang? Hey man, I'm about to break down how my process works on every type of woman. So I had a guy, he was like, hey, would your process work on day game? Would it work on? Yes, bro. It works on everybody. Any girl. She can be a stripper, she can be a teacher, she can be working at a restaurant, she can be your waitress. This shit works on every type of chicks, and I'm gonna break that down as soon as we get into the video. But before we jump into the video, make sure you hit that like button if you like the video and you like the content. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as humanly possible. And then also, if you haven't joined the CLG community, just this month, if you jump in, it's $24 a month. You grandfathered in for as long as you want to stay in. But after this month, we go to $48 and we're not going down. So make sure you watch this video to the very end because I packed it with a bunch of gold nuggets. And without further ado, let's just jump into the video. Alright, so I got this comment from somebody in the community. And just to give you guys a heads up, I don't expose anybody in the community. You know, anybody is welcome to the CLG community. You know what I mean? Even other dating coaches, even guys with higher followings than me, whatever the case is. If you want to come in the community and learn my way, feel free to jump in. I don't give a fuck, bro. It's open to everybody. And to be honest, other dating coaches actually need my advice for real. Like, because they need to help men actually get results. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, put your pride aside. Just like they say therapists actually get therapy from other people, other dating coaches need my motherfucking step-by-step process for real. Because some of the shit that I watch of they shit, I be like, damn, these motherfuckers really suck for real. But they got a big following. So, you know, they did a good job at marketing, getting a bunch of people to follow them, which I have no hate on. You know what I mean? Get a bunch of people to follow you, but at least help these guys out so that as men, we can take our power back. But I never blast anybody that's inside of the community. I don't give a fuck if you're another dating coach. I don't give a fuck if you have a higher following than me. I don't give a fuck, you know what I mean, what you do with the information that's inside. But we just need more men actually thriving. You feel me? So I really don't care. But shout out to this guy that's in the community. Like I said, I'll never drop names of who's inside of the community ever. So he wrote, first of all, let me get this straight. And I just got my fucking tooth pulled out a couple days ago, so I'm still recovering from that shit. So he wrote a running day game in Perth, Australia. So he said, yo, first of all, a major thank you to CJ. He said, I've been to all the red pill spaces and over time realized they got me nowhere. I can tell just by the way you express yourself, this is some real shit. I wanted to ask if this strategy works as well on people running day game. I'm 20 but don't really like clubbing. So then I wrote back to him. I said, it works on any chick anywhere. Girls are similar no matter where they are and what they are doing. So a lot of people, they get brainwashed by other dating coaches as if you got to switch up your game or you got to switch up your strategy depending on where you meet the girl. And that is the furthest from the truth. Because women are actually a lot more similar than they are different. So whatever works on one girl one way, it'll work on her no matter what. So for example, let's go to my life. I've hooked up with girls who are strippers at strip clubs that I spent no money with, that I've got them outside of the strip club and had sex with them, spent not $1. So I've hooked up with strippers. I've hooked up with good girls with 2 family households. I've hooked up with girls who are working. Like, let's say I'm just at a regular diner, or let's say I'm at a regular place and I'm just eating, like let's say I'm eating dinner or something like that at a regular restaurant. I've hooked up with waitresses that work at that restaurant. I've been at the mall and I've seen an attractive girl working at a jewelry place or something like that. I've hooked up with them. I can hook up with any type of girl, any type of situation, because women are similar, even if they're at work. You know what I mean? I might have to cut the process short and just get their number, but at the end of the day, every girl responds to the same shit. So it doesn't matter where you meet the girl, or, you know, if it's day game versus night game or anything like that. The process is always the same with every chick, no matter what, because women are similar and they respond to similar things. And one thing that ends up happening with a lot of guys is a lot of guys end up coming into the group and I actually like watching this too. A lot of guys end up coming into the group, they watch my videos on YouTube, and they think it's just all about just turning down your care, which that's the start, right? Like in the foundation videos, I teach people how to turn down their care, but I tell them that that's just the beginning. The only reason that you have to turn down your care is because the process that I give you, the text scripts, all that stuff doesn't work unless you turn down your care first. So what happens is they don't get access to the dating course until their 7-day free trial is up, and then they get access to the dating course. And I love watching the difference. So like before they get access to the dating course, they think that they're winning because they're making out with chicks. Girls are more interested in they write in the group. They be like, hey bro, I turned down my care, bro. These girls was all on me. One girl started making out with me. One girl, you know what I mean? Like one girl was following me around, leaving her friends and shit. And then I come in and I tell them, hey, and I send personal videos within the comments. So like if somebody leaves a comment and the only way I can really answer their question for them to understand is with a video instead of me typing it out, I'll send them a personal video to reply to their comment so that they can keep watching that video and keep getting better in real time. And that's before they get access to the process. Once they get access to the process, it's over. But you'll get guys that come in there and they think it's just all about turning down your care. That's just the beginning, right? When you turn down your care with a chick, you're going to initially start getting a lot more attraction from chicks, and you're going to initially start getting more out of a chick. But if you don't know what to do with it, if you don't know how to lead her through the process, then none of it works. You're not going to win with her, right? Because I don't consider getting a kiss as a win. I don't consider getting a girl's number as a win. These are not wins, right? A win is when your dick is in the back of her throat. That's the only thing I call a win. And a real win is if you really like her and you can keep her in rotation for years and years and years. That's what I consider a win. See, a lot of these dating coaches, I was reading this one dating coach, his comments from his students or whatever. And one of his students was like, yeah, man, you know, I listened to what you were saying in your course. You told me to speak slow down my words, do this, and, you know, seem less interested and blah, blah, blah. And the girl made out with me. And then, you know, she gave me her number. And then when I was leaving, she said, please text me. And he was like, bro, I felt so good. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, damn, he really did that student a disservice, because that's not really a win. Just because that girl wanted to fuck you that night, that doesn't mean that you're going to be able to actually get her on a date, especially if you don't know what you're doing. That could have been the last time he seen that girl. Even though she was horny for him that night, she loses respect for the guy that can't move things forward in that time frame, right? No matter if she was kissing you, hugging you, doing everything that night, if you can't show that you're a man in that time frame, move things forward and make things happen, you know what I mean? And that's what the process teaches you. It teaches you how to move things forward, how to make things happen with the least amount of effort as possible. You get what I'm trying to say? So you'll get guys that be like, yeah, man, I'm getting kisses. To me, that's not a win. Like, we just had a guy, he just joined. He was like, bro, I turned down my care. Bro, this girl came up on me. She was making out with me in the party. Like, you know what I mean? Like I got her away from her friends. We was making out the whole night. And then and in my head, I was just like, I'm like, dang, bro, like, good for you. But I was like, but this is what I would have done in that situation. Basically, I was breaking down the full process. If I got a girl that's that into me, I'm getting my dick in her mouth. I don't give a fuck. You feel me? But then he hit me back. He was just like, yeah, bro, now she don't want to see me no more. I was like, yeah, because you fumbled the bag. She wanted to fuck you that night. You feel me? When you got a girl that's that into you because you turned down your care, the turning down your care is just half the battle, guys. That's just to get you set up before you get the process in the systems, which is in the CLG community. That's just the beginning, right? To turn down your care, because you have to turn down your care for the processes and systems to work. Because when you turn down your care, you get the initial attraction from the chick. You get a lot of initial attraction, but now you got to know what to do with that initial attraction, which is what's gonna separate you from everybody else. Knowing what to do with it, and that's what I consider wins. I consider wins is when your dick is touching the back of that bitch's throat. That's a win. Fucking that bitch is a win. Keeping the bitch in rotation is a win. That's the win. You feel me? All of this other stuff is just because you gotta understand. My RSD buddy, the nigga that's the Jewish little motherfucker, right? Bro, you know how many nightclubs I took this nigga to and he had instant makeout with chicks? Like, bro, he has instant makeout with some decent looking girls. He'll make out with them the whole night, and I'll tell him, I'll be like, bro, you never gonna see her again. And he'd be like, yes on, bro, she texted me. I'm like, all right. 3 days later, he'll hit me up, he'd be like, bro, you're right, bro, she doesn't want to see me again. I say, yeah, because you didn't pull the fucking trigger. You feel me? Making out with her in the club is not a win. Kissing her in the club is not a win. That's not winning. Girls will kiss damn near anybody. They'll kiss their fucking homegirls. You know what I mean? That's not a fucking win. You get what I'm trying to say? A win is when when your dick is touching the back of her throat. And yes, it can work in day game. Yes, it can work in night game. Lately, I haven't even been going out because of my sickness and taking my tooth out. The few times that I went out just to go to the store, I done already got dates and shit. I got a date from going to the fucking mall. I got girls hitting me up that I met at the fucking Target. I got a badass bitch live in a different country, but I met her in the motherfucking Chick-fil-A. I'm not even out because I know that girls are similar. The only thing I care about, I don't give a fuck if she's working. I don't give a fuck if she's around her friends. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. The only thing I care about is, am I attracted to her? If she's working, I'm still gonna use the same play. You feel me? If she's just out and about, if she's in a parking lot, if she's whatever, I'm still gonna use the same play. Because women are fucking similar, bro. They are fucking similar. For example, I was just scrolling down my my YouTube timeline, and these shorts popped up across the bottom, and the third short and the last short, or the second short and the last short, these are two completely different women, have nothing to do with each other. These are just random shorts, and these bitches have the same exact hairstyle, same exact eyebrows. They basically look exactly the fucking same. And you'll notice that if you ever go out to bars and stuff. If you go out to bars and you just look at all the women, they have the damn near same hairstyle. You will find a bunch of women with the same fucking clothes on. You'll find a bunch of women that even have the same fucking types of clothes on. Like, it's like they all fucking copy each other. These bitches are fucking similar, bro. You know what I mean? They dress the same. They wear their hair the same way. They do their eyebrows the same way. Nowadays, it's a new thing where all these girls want to get lip filler the same. Like, they do the same shit. It's like they're carbon copies of each other. And guess what? Once you actually get really good at the process and fucking turning down your care, you're going to realize they all respond the same. You're going to realize you're getting a bunch of fucking blowjobs. You're going to realize you're getting a bunch of fucking pussy. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, that's exactly what happens, especially in my community. The guys, they come in, they turn on their care, and then they get the surface level results, which I call making out, girls following them around in the club. That's surface level results. Those are results that any guy will get if he turns on his care. But then after that 8-day trial, or after that 7-day trial, and they get access to that goddamn process, and then they start implementing that process on them bitches, and then you start getting stories like one of the stories I showed you. Damn, man, this girl was giving me head in my motherfucking car, bro. I just met her at the club. Because he learned from the first time before he had the process that having a girl that highly interested in you and not doing nothing with it, you're wasting both of you guys' time. You're wasting her time and you're wasting your time. You get what I'm trying to say? Because this girl following you around the bar, kissing you, doing all this shit like this, okay, that's where you have to be a man, use the process, get this bitch away from all of that shit, get away from the club, and this bitch will be literally eating your dick in your car. Literally eating your dick in your car. And then another guy asked me, he was like, yeah, man, he was like, if you getting head in the car and you want to fuck her, how do you fuck her? I'm like, bro, that's easy as fuck. I said, the passenger seat, you know what I mean? When I'm ready to fuck, and if she ready to fuck, I just tell her to put the passenger seat all the way back. Like, mine is electric, but I can see, my car is cool. I can actually press the button on the side and the passenger seat will go all the way back. So like, I have a car where you can press the button on the side of the seat and I can actually push it back. So for me, I just press the back of that seat and it goes all the way back. And then I push it all the way back this way. So I push it this way and I push it all the way down. And I essentially turn my passenger seat into like a little bed. And I just hop over and then tear that pussy up right in the passenger seat. So I'll come from the driver's seat. And the reason I don't do it on the driver's seat is because the steering wheel is in the way. So I just turned the passenger seat into a bed. I pushed the seat all the way back. And this is important for you to keep your fucking car clean if you want to fuck a bitch in your car. Now, if you got a crib, you trying to take her to the crib, shit like that, then okay. If she already in your car, you be like, hey, we're going to slide to my crib real quick. And you just drive her to your crib if that's what you want to do. You feel me? You know what I mean? But a lot of cases, you feel me? I just knock a bitch off in the car. You can knock a bitch off anywhere, really. I got a homeboy. He has all the passwords to the fucking private bathrooms in South Beach. So anytime you want to fuck a bitch, he just go to one of those little restaurants, type the code in, go into the bathroom, fuck the bitch in the bathroom. You know what I'm trying to say? So like, you'll be surprised. And these aren't trashy women. See, people be thinking that like, oh, those are just those certain type of girls. No, these are girls. These are regular fucking girls. It's just that when they're around a guy that doesn't care about her and moves to the beat of his own drum, they naturally follow this guy's lead. You gotta understand, women are subordinate by nature. They understand, deep down inside, they understand that they are inferior to men. So if a man tells them, hey, come here. Hey, come, hey, follow me. Like I said, one of the biggest things for me when I was in high school and I turned down my care was bitches was listening to everything I said. I would literally tell bitches, I'm finna skip second period. And they'd be like, okay, I'll skip second period too. And I'll fuck the bitch in the bathroom. Or like, I'll tell them, I'd be like, hey man, my third period class, man, this bitch, she's so cool with me, like she'll let me fucking skip that class, everything. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna skip my third period class, meet me here at third period. She'll skip her motherfucking class. Meet me somewhere behind the portables, fuck on this bitch. You know what I mean? So like, this the type of shit that happens when you stop caring about bitches, bro. They naturally, that's just one step though. When you stop caring about bitches, they naturally fucking follow your leadership. They naturally like you. They naturally want to be close to you. They naturally, like, they like everything about you because of the way that you're moving. You get what I'm trying to say? They naturally want to be all up under you. And that's what happens with a lot of guys in my group. They be like, yeah, man, I'm turning down my care, bro. This bitch won't leave me alone, bro. This bitch following me around. This bitch trying to make out with me all in the bar. This bitch don't want me talking to other women. Like, god damn, I can't shake this bitch. Yes, that's what happens when you turn down your care. That's what happens. But that's not a win. Other dating coaches will think that's a win for their students. Thinking like they have a student, they be like, yeah, man, I did what you said and this girl made out with me, man. Yeah, man, I just went home and she told me to text her. That's not a win, bro. A win is fucking that bitch right on the spot. She's really showing her who the fucking boss is. You know what I mean? These bitches get off, bro. Even innocent bitches, bro. You can take a bitch's virginity, bro. Like, it can be a virgin bitch. And even if you don't take her virginity, her pussy, you can still face fuck this bitch if you wanted to. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, y'all niggas act like a girl. Girls are naturally subordinate to men. They are naturally subordinate to men. So as long as you know what the fuck you doing, you have a process and you a man's man, bro, you can get bitches to do damn near anything you want. And it don't matter what state you in, it don't matter what country you in. You understand, in the Miami area, bro, I fucked American bitches. I fucked bitches who are visiting from Germany. I fucked bitches who are visiting from France. I fucked bitches who are visiting from all types of countries. Fuck bitches who are visiting from Cuba. Fuck bitches who are visiting from the DR. Fuck bitches who was visiting from every motherfucking state. Australian bitches. And another thing too, my boy used to always tell me that Canadian bitches are the hardest bitches to fuck because they run laps around the guys up there. But we get a lot of Canadian bitches that visit Florida. So my boy was like, oh, bro, she's Canadian, bro, stay away from her. You feel me? So my boy with 5 million YouTube subscribers, he'd be like, bro, she's Canadian, bro. You gotta stay away from her, bro. You gotta stay away from her, bro. She's Canadian. She's Canadian. And then I'd be like, man, fuck all that shit. She a girl at the end of the day. Then I fuck that bitch too. I fuck girls from Israel. I fuck Canadian bitches. The little fucking little playboy, the fucking little RSD guy, he always talks about how the girls from Israel so hard to fuck. Nigga, I fuck some of the hottest fucking bitches from Israel. He talking about some in Israel, they're not as easy as the Americans. I'm like, bitch, women are fucking women, bro. I fucked every type of women. From every country that come to this, and they from that country. Like, they actually are visiting. Like, so they're really from that country. And I still will fuck them. Because women are fucking women. They're similar. The only way guys can't fuck these women is when they have bad game. Meaning they have an inconsistent process, which most of these dating coaches actually teach. When I read all their reviews and I look at they things and I fucking pay for their courses, I realize I'm like, damn, they are very, the style of game they have is very, they do more harm than good. You'll have dating coaches tell you to make sexual innuendos with chicks. They'd be like, oh, you gotta say that's what she said when you're talking to her. You gotta make the conversation sexual. You gotta say something sexual in the conversation. I know that dating coach is inconsistent. That is a very inconsistent dating coach. He's not consistent. You do not have to do any of this shit. You don't have to fucking talk slow. You don't have to make sexual innuendos. You don't have to fucking vibe with the chick. or pander to the chick, or you don't have to keep the conversation going. If anything, it's actually better for the conversation to die out because it allows you to move things forward. If the girl's a talker, it's harder to move things forward because the bitch won't shut the fuck up. If I'm doing 80-20 and this bitch won't shut the fuck up, it's hard for me to fucking move things forward because she never shuts the fuck up. But normal girls who naturally have pauses in their conversation, it's easy for me to get them to the next step of the process, because when the conversation dulls down or has a lull in the conversation, and I teach all of this in the motherfucking CLG community, it's easy for me to get them to the next step. And the whole process, bro, my whole entire process, bro, even in the community, I said, bro, I was nervous giving my process away, but I was like, you know what, man? I'm doing this shit for the culture. For all the motherfuckers that want to be in the CLG community, fuck it. You can have the process. I was actually going to keep that process near and dear to me, but I said, you know what? Fuck it. You know what I mean? Fuck it. Let these, if you really serious about this shit and you really want to take your future in your hands, and for the month of April, after this month is $48 a month, which $48 a month ain't shit. You feel me? But for the month of April, it's only $24 a month. And as long as you stay into the community, it's $24 a month. So if you jump in at $24 a month, you stay at $24 a month. Meaning that even if I raise the price, which I am after April, even if I raise the price to $48 a month, you stay at $24 a month. The new people got to pay $48 a month. The new people who join. But they're going to get a 7-day free trial anyways. But you're not going to get access to my process in the 7-day free trial. Hell no. But it's good that way because it shows you where you're at. Because when you first get access to the price, I'm going to teach you how to turn down your care. I'm going to teach you the foundation. I'm going to teach you female nature. I'm going to teach you all of that shit. And then you're going to have a lot of videos that you can actually reference in the community that's going to teach you how I text and blah, blah, blah. And then you'll have enough information to start talking to women and start getting, I don't call these results. I call these like surface level results. Because you can take the beginning information and you're going to start getting bitches obsessed with you, start trying to follow you around, start kissing you, start, acting more submissive around you. But like, that's not even results for me. Like, I don't give a fuck about that shit. I give a fuck about is my dick touching the back of her throat. That's results for me. So then after the 7 days and you start getting those results, your confidence gonna start boosting. Like, damn, all these girls obsessed with me and shit like that. And I'm gonna be like, nah, nigga, wait. Now when your ass get that process and you start putting that process on them hoes, then it's like, holy fuck, CJ, is this life? Yes, this is life. I can literally go out to the club. I'm gonna go out this weekend even though my fucking tooth shit heal. I thought I was gonna skip this weekend, but I'm gonna go out this weekend. And I can literally pull that night. And the earlier you go, the better. Because it's the thing, if you go at like 7 or like 8 or something like that, what happens is you can actually meet a girl, pull the girl, fuck the girl, and you can actually come back. And you can actually fuck another girl if you wanted to, while you still got this bitch on lock. You can literally meet a girl at a bar, fuck her, and then come back to the fucking bar, and you just met her that fucking night. That's how real the fucking process is. Like, and I'm not joking. This ain't no games. A lot of niggas think that this shit too good to be true. It's not. It's just what happens is all these trash ass dating coaches fill your head with shit that don't actually work. And this goes from guys and girls. And the reason that it goes from both is because guys and girls listen to girls. And they don't know how to decipher the bullshit. Some things that women say, if they really being honest with you, is the truth. But guys don't know how to decipher between that. Some of my rotation bitches tell me, they be like, we really don't like guys that care too much about us. Like, oh my God, it's the biggest turnoff ever. Like, guys that like care too much or like too nice. Every blue moon, you'll get a bitch to tell the truth. You feel me? Like the genuine truth. Me, I done been around women so much, I can tell when a woman is faking some shit. You know what I mean? Because women are politically correct naturally. A lot of the shit that they say, they're trying to save face everything they say. So that's how come a lot of these women dating coaches, they build a big following, but you notice none of their students get results. Because they're very politically correct with everything they say. So they say the right things, but it doesn't actually work. But they just tell guys what they want to hear, or they tell guys shit that sounds right, but it's not what they actually respond to. Because that same bitch will fuck a nigga that don't give a fuck about her, but then complain about the nigga that she just fucked. It's like, oh, you know, yeah, I hooked up with him, but oh my God, he's such a dick. He's such an asshole. Oh my God. But you're a sweet guy. But you're not getting no pussy. That's the problem. She's complaining about all the guys she hooked up with that were dicks, assholes, didn't give a fuck about her. But she's still giving them niggas pussy. And you come in Captain Save-A-Hole, even if you marry that bitch, you still ain't getting no pussy. And marriage itself is a fucking scam. I was just watching this lawyer on the Schultz show. He's like, bro, there is really no benefit for a man to get married in today's world. No benefit. Unless you just want to file your taxes jointly or some shit like that. Or unless you want to fucking have access to her health care or some shit. There's no fucking benefit to a man getting married. That's why I like my situation. My main chick, we got married in her culture. No paperwork, no government, no nothing. And another thing Brad Lee said that if he was smart, if you was a smart man, you'll do a wedding with a bitch. But even weddings is too fucking much because they like 20, 30 grand. Some weddings can be like 60 grand, bro. Niggas that be fucking doing wedding planning, bro, they be scamming, bro. Nigga, they be charging hella high for food. Nigga, I've seen, it's a party. Don't get it twisted. For all your friends can see it and shit. But Brad Lee said instead of actually marrying the bitch, you can just take the marriage certificate and never actually file it. You just rip up the marriage, whatever the fuck you want to do with it. But if you never file it, then you never officially married. So if you get a bitch that you trying to marry, I don't really see no justification of actually getting married legally in today's world. Like actual legally on paper. Unless it's like asset. Like if somebody passed away, it's easier for the other person to get the assets and shit. But other than that, bro, there is really no fucking benefit for the modern day man to get married. But that's a whole nother thing. I'll make a whole nother video about that later on. Going back to this video, going back to this guy, he was like, does this shit work in day game? Bro, this shit work regardless. If you got time, this shit work. It actually worked better for day game. Day game's a lot easier. Because it's easier to get a girl that's solo. So it's easier to put a girl through a process if she's by herself somewhere. So like, let's say she's just by herself, like at the beach or some shit like that. It's a lot easier to put her through the process because she don't got friends cock blocking and shit. You know what I mean? Like, she gets to make her own decisions, and women always choose the guy that doesn't care about them. Always, bro. That's why the friends are there. The friends are to stop the women from being themselves. Like, that's the only reason the cock blocking fat ugly friend is there. It's to stop her from being herself. They know that this bitch will get off. Whether she's married, whether she's in a relationship. If she's alone, and a guy knows what the fuck he's doing. If the guy has the CLG process and the CLG texting, that guy gonna fuck her. Like I said, I want every guy in the CLG community to be elite. My job is to get these guys fucking elite. If other dating coaches want to get into my community, you are welcome. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I know you guys got the money because you guys built the following. You guys got people buying your trash ass fucking courses and shit like that. So if you actually want to do good for the world, you can actually jump into my community, pay fucking little to fucking nothing if you jump in this fucking month. And I know some other dating coaches watching my shit. You can jump in for little to no fucking money. You can take my shit and then you can actually help your guys even better. Just scratch all your shit. You feel me? Give me my credit, you feel me? But scratch all your shit and actually get the guys fucking results, please. And stop fucking telling motherfuckers they gotta talk slow and fucking slow down there. I'm like, bro, I was reading some of these bitches. I was reading some of this nigga comments. I'm like, nigga, is this what he calls a result for his students? These are not results. He's putting his student in a worse position. Because the student is believing that he has to completely change who he is in order to get pussy. That is not the case. All he has to do is turn on his care. He can still be himself. My process works no matter who you fucking are. If you talk with a high voice, you can still get pussy. You can still put a bitch through the process with a high voice. You can be a fast talker. You can be a slow talker. You can not even talk English that well and still get fucking pussy. Because the process is more important than even what you say. Like I said, when I was selling cars, there's a Vietnamese guy could barely speak English. That motherfucker sold 55 cars a month. All he did was process. Very process oriented. Before you know, the client signing out on a brand new car, they like, whoa, what the fuck happened? He like, oh, your new car, come. Motherfucker was signing clients out every fucking, that motherfucker selling like 6 cars a day on some days. Busy Saturday, that motherfucker sells 6 cars. Motherfucker name be on the board 6 times. You feel me? So it's like, The process is more, why you think girls go to different countries and fuck guys that don't even speak English well? How do you think that guy fucked her? How do you think the guy from the different country who can't even fucking speak her language well fucked her so good, got this bitch coming back to America trying to learn another language? You know how many white girls that I fucking met at my private university who like studied abroad and came back and really wanted to learn Spanish even more because some Spanish guy fucked the shit out of her. He couldn't even speak English. He could barely speak English. Fucked the shit out of that bitch. And now she's back on the fucking campus like, oh, I want to learn Spanish. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Da-da-da. You know how many bitches I fucked that I could barely speak to? I fucked bitches that couldn't even speak their language. All they do is speak Spanish. But I put them through that process and they sucking my dick still. And they love me. They start saying, oh, I love black. I love black. I love black. Yeah, bitch. No, you love me, bitch, because I put your ass through that motherfucking process and I don't even speak your language and you still swallowing my fucking nut. I fucked a lot of bitches, bro. I got stories and stories and stories and stories for fucking days, bro. I got so many stories that I done forgot some of the stories. Like dead ass, bro. Like when I was at 50 girls out of high school, and 50 was tough for me because I had a strict ass mom. I had to sneak out of the house. I had to do a lot to get this fucking pussy. I remember reading that 50 list because I still have that list on one of my old phone. I saved the list in the notes, but I stopped counting since high school. So in 2 years, junior year, senior year, I was at 50. 50. And I didn't even have the process I have now. If I had this process, I teach. This is the thing too. I noticed with my best students that I've ever taught, they were the younger guys. Like the guys that's like 16, 17, shit like that. Because the younger guys haven't got all the bullshit in their system yet. You get what I'm trying to say? Like they don't have to unlearn all the other shit from the other dating coaches. See, with some of the older guys, they take in what they learned from the other dating coaches and they try to apply it to my shit, and then they wonder why. And I'm like, bro, why you texting like that? Bro, why you doing that? Why you doing that? Oh, I learned this from another dating coach. Oh, I learned this from another guy. I say, bro, all of that shit is hurting you. I'm like, this girl you could have fucked like that. But you're doing all this other shit from these other dating coaches. It's hurting you. It's not helping you. You know what I mean? Like a real CLG member, and he met her a minimum threshold, he would have had his dick in the back of her throat. While you still playing with her, texting her, bitch, don't even want to motherfucking meet up with you type shit. While a real CLG member would have had his dick in the back of that bitch's throat. And I noticed the younger guys, they are the best because they don't have to unlearn so much bullshit. They just literally, like, I've coached younger guys back in the day, and they got so good so fast. They just start fucking all the girls in their fucking high school. Like, they start getting so much pussy. They be like, bro, this shit is so fucking easy. Like, cause guys have always taught them like, oh, you can't get pussy here, you can't get pussy this way, you gotta sneak her into your house. Bro, you don't need a bed to fuck bitches, bro. You don't need a bed to get a blowjob. Bro, these guys be figuring out, be like, damn, dog, I'm getting I got a blowjob in the bathroom. Damn, I got a blowjob. There's this one classroom on the school that's always abandoned. So we snuck in there. The bitch fucked me on the desk. I was fucking the bitch on the desk, getting blowjob, all kind of shit. I'm like, yes, nigga, it don't matter the bitch. That's how powerful this shit is. And I'm for real, like, if you a dating coach and you really want to learn my shit, jump into the fucking community, dog. For real, for real. Like, I'm not bullshitting. Jump into the motherfucking community. I don't have no hate for no other dating coaches, nothing like that. I'm just calling a spade a spade. When I see bad technique, I'm gonna call that shit out. Like, that's just who I am. I'm not gonna sit here and I know a lot of these dating coaches, their intentions are pure. Like, for example, a lot of people think I hate Courtney Ryan, all that shit like that. I do not hate that girl. Cause I know her intentions are pure. She's just a fucking girl. She can't help it. That's her nature. She has to be politically correct. That's how come when I have more tolerance to a dumb bitch when I'm doing 80-20 and I realize how dumb girls are naturally. I have more tolerance because they don't know nothing else. Their whole life they've been coddled. I'm not mad at the chick. I'm just saying that, like, this is what they respond to. They know that they're superior. They know that they're inferior to men. They know it. They act like they aren't because they're trying to overcompensate. Like, they act like they're equal to men. They act like they're superior to men, but they can watch a men's basketball game and they can watch a women's basketball game, and they watch both live. Because matter of fact, my sister, she's a basketball coach. She's gay, but she's a basketball coach. She coaches for D2. I always go to her basketball games when she's in town. So I'll watch her game. And these are D2 athletes. Slow as fuck. Slow as fuck. They fucking girls. They fucking suck. You know what I mean? And her team actually makes playoff runs and shit. So they don't really suck, but they suck compared to like watching boys. A high school boys team, because I went to this little high school game. The high school boys are better to watch than the fucking college D2 level girls. So you watch these little girls fucking play, and you like, oh, you damn near bored. But the boys play right after. And you see the difference immediately, because I stay for the boys games after. So my sister gets back on the bus, and I'll stay for the boys game. Bro, you see the boys high flying, doing alley-oops, fucking getting thrown out of the air, fucking knocking down threes, fucking fast as shit. Like, you see the speed immediately. My main bitch was watching, she was just like, oh my God, the boys are like 1,000 times better than the girls. I'm like, yeah, like, girls are naturally fucking inferior. So when they come on the podcast and they try to act like they equals to men and they fucking on men's levels and they fucking superior to men, they just all just trying to compensate. It's like they all just trying to fucking compensate. They know, like, I just call a spade a spade. A lot of motherfuckers think it's hate and shade. I'm not throwing hate and shade at none of these dating coaches, because these motherfuckers' intentions are pure. As long as your intentions are pure, I don't have no hate. Now, people I do dislike is I do dislike Grant. Because Grant Cardone, his intentions aren't pure. I met that nigga. All he wants is money. He gives no fuck about people. Grant Cardone strictly just wants to make money. He makes up bullshit courses. He even tells you. He makes up courses, be like, damn Grant, like, this lady's mad, like, that this course isn't doing. He's like, it doesn't matter. The product doesn't matter. Tell her to buy something else. All that matters is the money. Everything's a scam. So Grant is intentionally operating on bad faith. That's what I don't like. That's why I don't like Grant. You know what I mean? And then like Wes Watson, like, I hear that he charged people $7 grand. I don't know if this to be true. You feel me? Because I never worked for that nigga. I don't know. But I'm starting to not even like him, but I don't know the truth. But if this is true, where he charging people $7 grand and he's operating in bad faith, taking their money and not even fucking giving them what he promised, and he's keeping their money. So like, let's say he'll charge somebody $7 grand. He say, hey, we're gonna do 5 one-on-one calls. He take the $7 grand and he does one-on-one call for 15 minutes, and all he does is cuss the guy out and hang up. I'm like, all right, that's bad business. You can't, like, nowhere do you give your money to somebody and then you don't get the fucking result, or you at least don't get what the fuck you was promised. You get what I'm trying to say? That's operating in bad faith. You feel me? So those are the people I dislike. So I don't think Courtney Ryan is operating in bad faith. She's just a fucking girl. She's been coddled her whole life. She doesn't know any better. She does not know what it's like being a man trying to attract females. She doesn't know what works. And a lot of these dating coaches, a lot of them aren't operating in bad faith, because they went from 0 girls to taking a bunch of action and getting a girl every now and again, and they think that actually works. So they're not operating in bad faith. They just went from 0 to a broken clock is right twice a day. So they're like, oh, this worked this one time. You know what I mean? Because the broken clock is right twice a day. That's how I was in the car business. When I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, I still was selling 8 cars a month. But I was talking to so many people. Like, basically what I was doing was I was burning ups. It's called burning ups, meaning that you're talking to a bunch of people that if they were in front of the right salesperson would have closed them and generated more revenue for the company. But because they're in front of the wrong salesperson, which was me at that time, I can't close those clients. So I'm actually fucking up the revenue for this company because I suck so bad. So I didn't even know I sucked at that time until I started comparing myself to the guys who were the top dogs. And then I had to put my ego aside and I had to ask them for help. And that's what's happening with these modern day coaching guys. I don't think their intentions are pure. Now, if I find out some of their intentions is pure, I'm done with them too. Because some people, they actually come on here, they actually come on here just to take money, and they don't know what the fuck they doing, and they know that they don't know what the fuck they doing, and then those people I don't really fuck with. Because now you intentionally operating in bad faith, and I don't fuck with that. And even God don't fuck with that. God don't like greedy. God don't have a problem. God says you can make as much money as you humanly want, but don't be greedy. You feel me? Meaning, don't be like a Grant Cardone where it's all about the fucking money. You really don't give a fuck about nothing that you promise. And now Grant Cardone is trying to push his real estate thing because it makes him so much money. So now if you hear him, he's always talking about real estate, trying to get people to invest into his real estate fund, because as soon as you give him your money, you basically give him all the rights to your money. Like, now he makes all his money from how much money he can raise. And to him, that's like the best grift ever, because he's like, fuck, I can just literally just get money from people and pay them pennies on a fucking dollar just to keep them happy, but I'm keeping the majority of every fucking thing. You get what I'm trying to say? So like, that's his new grift. His new grift is look for apartment buildings. It's like a way that he can cipher money out of people. They say that he buys the apartment building for cheap, but then he sells it to his own group for extremely expensive. So as soon as the attraction goes, so basically this is what they're saying about Grant shit, and I could be wrong. So you got to do your own research and disclaimer, and we can do the disclaimer report or whatever the case is. But they have somebody who exposed this, the Scientology guy. You can look into him. I forgot what his name is. Church in Scientology. He like his name is Aaron, but I think he opens his videos with Aaron. So go to his video for more specifics, right? But they say that, and I didn't work on Grant Cardone capital side, but they say that this is his biggest grift. They say that he'll buy, let's say he'll buy an apartment complex for like 10 million or some shit like that. And they say like he raises money for somebody else to buy it. So like, let's say he buys it cash for 10 million, because Grant does make a lot of money grifting. So he'll buy it for 10 million cash. But then the money that he raises from people, let's say he raises 20 million. So let's say instead of, he bought it for 10 million, but he'll sell it to the people that he raised it, that raised the money from, he'll sell it to them for 20 million. So off of the transaction just alone, which I heard is illegal. You can't do that. Like, if you're gonna have people invest with you, they're supposed to get in at the price that you actually bought it for. But not Grant. He'll buy it for 10, he'll sell it to them for 20. He'll keep the 20 million difference in his pocket, or the 10 million difference in his pocket right away. But then on top of that, all the money that he raises, he charges like a 2% fee on. So then he'll keep the 2% on the $20 million amount, not the $10 million amount that he actually bought it for. So then he takes the 2% off top for them. And then he has fees just for him to manage the money. He'll charge them fees on the 20 million amount and take those fees out. And then he'll promise the people that they'll make 15% return. But then after he takes all the fees out, after he rips them off, after he does everything, they don't make a 15% return. They make like a 2%, 1% return, or some cases 3% return. That's how come everybody who actually gives Grant their money, they be like, damn, I'm only making 3% a year. So 3%, basically, if you invest $1 million with Grant Cardone, every year 3% is $30,000. So if you give him $1 million every year, you're gonna make $30,000. And then sometimes, if Grant is going through financial turmoil, he just will pause the payments, and he has done that. He just won't pay you nothing. He'll just pause the payments, and he'll get on and be like, hey guys, I can't pay my investors, some stuff is going on, but I'll get back to you. So he has paused payments and shit. Now that's what I don't like. I don't like grifting ass, greedy ass, bad faith ass motherfuckers operating in bad faith, trying to rip people off. You know what I mean? And he is a Scientology guy, so like that's why I don't fuck with Grant. You get what I'm trying to say? But I was actually on the inside. Now maybe some of these other dating coaches, I don't know them like that, like inside their business. Maybe they on some grifting shit too. Maybe they know that their processes and systems don't work. They're not gonna get their guys results. I don't fuck with them niggas either. If you truly out here operating in bad faith, taking people money, I don't fuck with you either. But I think some of these guys, they actually have good faith. Like, they actually operate in good faith. They just don't know. That's like back when I was selling 8 cars a month. I just didn't fucking know. You feel me? So if you're a dating coach and you don't know, motherfucker, you can join this community too. You can learn. And please change up your shit after you learn. And please give me some fucking credit. You feel me? You know what I mean? Your students will respect you more. They're not going to leave you because, you know what I mean, you built up a following, you did all that shit. But they'll at least respect who you got it from. Just give me the motherfucking credit. You know what I mean? I want to be your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. And with that being said, man, make sure you guys jump into that CLG community. This month, After this month, I'm going to $48 a month, which is still cheap as fuck. ChatGPT told me I should be at between $67 a month and $97 a month. I'm at $48 a month. I'm gonna stay there, but that's after April. But if you get into April, it's gonna be half off, $24 a month. So make sure you jump in while you still can, and you can actually learn this sauce so that you can actually fix your woman problem. You can fix that problem altogether. And with that being said, man, I'm out. Peace.